Hello, my friend. Let me share something I've learned after years working with seniors across the United States. One small mistake before sleep, something you may not even notice, can change your heart rate, reduce oxygen moving to your brain, and break your sleep without warning. Many people tell me, "Doctor, I went to bed early, but I still feel exhausted." That is not your age speaking. That is your sleep hygiene quietly working against you. My name is Dr. James. For more than 20 years as a neurologist, I've studied how the brain, blood flow, and nighttime habits shape the quality of sleep, especially for adults over 60. And tonight, I want to guide you gently through one truth. When your evening routine is wrong, your brain does not fully switch off, your heart does not fully slow down, and your night never becomes truly restful. When sleep falls apart, it usually begins long before your head touches the pillow. Insomnia, light sleep, and waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. often come from small changes in blood flow, oxygen levels, and the way the brain slows down at night. For many older adults, these changes are not dangerous, but they are disruptive. They steal the deep, refreshing sleep your heart and memory depend on. Lack of sleep increases nighttime blood pressure by nearly 58%, and it weakens the part of your brain that stores new memories. That is why sleep hygiene matters more after 60 than at any other stage of life. Before we go further, please subscribe and turn on the bell. And if you are ready to improve your sleep tonight, comment 9. If not, comment 0 so I can guide you better. So let's take this step gently, my friend. And we'll begin with one simple habit every senior should practice each night: releasing nervous tension before bed using an easy technique I'll show you next. But before I guide you through the steps, let me explain, gently and clearly, why your sleep becomes easier to break as you get older, and why these nighttime patterns appear even when you think you're doing everything right. Many older adults ask me the same gentle question, my friend. Why do I sleep through the night, yet still wake up tired? It sounds confusing at first, but there is a simple explanation. After 60, your body's natural sleep signals begin to shift, and those shifts can quietly disturb the deep rest your heart and brain depend on. Melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain it is time to slow down, decreases naturally with age. When melatonin drops, your internal nighttime rhythm becomes lighter and easier to break. Even small noises or slight temperature changes can pull you out of deeper stages of sleep without you realizing it. And once those stages are interrupted, the body struggles to rebuild them. Another change happens inside your heart and blood vessels. Between 2 and 4 a.m., your heart may beat slightly faster as it tries to stabilize blood flow. This shift is normal, but it becomes more noticeable with age. When the heart speeds up, the brain receives a mixed signal, part awake, part asleep, creating the feeling of being restless even when you stayed in bed all night. That is why sleep tips and proper sleep hygiene become more important with every birthday you celebrate. Before I share the practical steps, let me offer a short example to make this easier to picture. Here is a simple story to highlight the pattern many seniors experience. Evelyn, a 71-year-old retired teacher, came to me saying she slept 8 hours but felt foggy every morning. She drank water too late, checked the news on her tablet, and kept a bright hallway light on. Each small habit pushed her brain toward lighter sleep, leaving her exhausted by sunrise. These issues are far more common than most seniors realize. Late fluids, evening news, bright screens, warm bedrooms. Every small habit adds weight to a system already working harder after 60. If you're watching this and beginning to understand your own nightly pattern, please give a gentle like so I know you're still with me. But remember, my friend, this is only the surface. The deeper reason lies in the way your brain and heart communicate while you sleep. Let me ask you something simple. Did you know your heart and brain need only 3 minutes of imbalance to disrupt your entire night of sleep? It sounds surprising, but the connection between these two organs becomes more delicate as we grow older. Even a small shift can shake the stability your body needs to stay asleep. When you lie in an uncomfortable position or go to bed while carrying emotional stress, your circulation responds immediately. Blood flow becomes uneven, pressure rises slightly, and oxygen delivery to the brain decreases. These changes are small, almost invisible, yet they create the exact conditions that make your brain hover between wakefulness and rest. And once that pattern begins, your night becomes a series of short, broken cycles instead of one smooth rhythm. Inside the brain, electrical activity also changes. On an EEG, I often see the waves become irregular in seniors who report restless nights. Instead of moving through slow, steady patterns, the brain jumps from one level to another. This constant shifting is called sleep fragmentation. You may not wake fully, but your brain never settles into the deep restorative phase your memory and heart health depend on. To help you understand this more clearly, let me share a brief example I often mention in clinic. Here is one short case that mirrors what many older adults experience each week. Harold, a 74-year-old grandfather, slept on his right side with his neck slightly twisted. He also worried about a family issue before bed. Those two factors reduced oxygen flow, increased nighttime pressure, and triggered fragmented sleep. By morning, he felt tired, foggy, and unsteady, even though he believed he had slept 7 hours. Situations like Harold's are incredibly common, and they often go unnoticed. The heart speeds up, the brain shifts rhythms, and the body loses its chance to fully restore itself. Understanding this connection is the first small step toward protecting your sleep each night. Tonight, try checking your breathing pace before bed and let me know how it feels in the morning. And from here, my friend, we can start uncovering the 4 common habits that quietly make this problem even worse. Let me share something many seniors never realize. 4 harmless-looking habits can quietly ruin the sleep of adults over 60, and most people don't notice them until they start waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. Understanding these habits is the first gentle step toward restoring peaceful rest. The first mistake is lowering the bedroom temperature too quickly or too much. A sudden drop makes your heart work harder to stabilize circulation. When the body struggles to stay warm, your sleep becomes lighter, and you drift in and out without fully realizing it. Older adults feel this change more strongly because their nighttime temperature control becomes less steady with age. The second habit is eating a snack at the wrong time. A late snack forces your digestive system to keep working when your brain expects quiet. Even a small portion can raise heart rate, create mild acid movement, or disrupt breathing rhythm. These small reactions make deep sleep harder to reach and even harder to maintain. The third mistake is screen time before bed. Just 10 minutes of bright light from a phone or tablet can suppress melatonin and confuse your internal clock. The brain thinks it is earlier than it really is, delaying the slow waves needed for deep, restorative sleep. Many seniors tell me they just checked something quickly, yet that moment silently delayed their entire sleep cycle. The fourth habit is sleeping with the head too elevated. A high pillow can narrow the airway, increase snoring, and lower nighttime oxygen levels. When oxygen drops, the brain awakens slightly to protect itself, causing fragmented sleep you will feel the next morning. To make this more relatable, let me share one short example from clinic. Here is a simple case showing how these habits often combine without people noticing. Leonard, a 73-year-old retired engineer, slept in a cold room, ate crackers late, checked market news, and used 2 pillows. Each small choice pulled him toward lighter, broken sleep. If you've made even one of these mistakes, comment 9. Many others share the same experience, my friend. And now that you know the common traps, let's move gently into the 4 habits that can help you sleep deeper tonight. Just 4 simple actions can increase your deep sleep time tonight, and each one supports your heart, brain, and nighttime rhythm. These steps are gentle, practical, and especially helpful for adults over 60 who want steadier, more refreshing rest. The first action is calming your nervous system using a controlled breathing pattern. Slow breathing lowers heart rate, improves oxygen delivery, and signals your brain that the day is ending. Try inhaling for 4 seconds, holding briefly, and exhaling for 6. This small shift reduces internal tension and prepares your body for deeper sleep without strain. The second action is resetting evening light exposure. Bright screens and overhead lighting delay melatonin, making it harder for your brain to transition into rest. Switch to warm, dim lighting at least 1 hour before bed. This allows your internal clock to settle naturally, helping your brain build the slow waves needed for stable, restorative sleep. The third action is creating a gentle 20-minute wind-down. Many seniors underestimate how long the brain needs to shift from alertness to relaxation. Choose quiet activities, light stretching, soft reading, or peaceful music. Giving your mind this transition time prevents racing thoughts and reduces the chances of waking suddenly during the early morning hours. The fourth action is adjusting your sleep posture to reduce pressure on the heart and brain. Sleeping with your head slightly elevated and your neck aligned improves circulation and keeps your airway open. This posture protects oxygen flow and helps prevent the micro-awakenings that often make older adults feel tired despite spending enough hours in bed. To make these steps more relatable, here is one short example I often share during consultations. This simple case highlights how small adjustments can transform sleep quality. Barbara, a 69-year-old retiree, practiced slow breathing, dimmed her lights early, followed a short wind down, and adjusted her pillow height. Within days, she reported fewer awakenings and clearer mornings. If you found these suggestions helpful, please like and share so YouTube knows you want more sleep tips. Now that we've covered the helpful habits, it's time to bring everything together and look at what you should actually do tonight. These 7 steps take only 6 minutes, yet they can protect your entire night of sleep. Each one gently supports the heart-brain axis, helping your body transition smoothly from daytime alertness to nighttime restoration. The first step is adjusting your evening light. Bright blue light suppresses melatonin and confuses your internal clock. Switching to warm, dim lighting prepares your brain for slower rhythms. The second step is setting a steady breathing pace. Slow, controlled breaths reduce heart pressure and increase oxygen flow. This shift sends a clear signal that your nervous system can settle for the night. The third step is grounding yourself for a moment by standing still on the floor. Feeling the surface beneath your feet calms the sensory centers that influence balance and sleep stability. The fourth step is preparing your bedroom environment. Remove unnecessary noise, lower harsh lighting, and make sure the air feels clean and gentle. A calm sleep space supports consistent heart-brain communication. The fifth step is adjusting your pillow height. Too high reduces oxygen flow, while too low strains the neck. A moderate position supports breathing and keeps blood flow steady during the night. The sixth step is setting a neutral room temperature. For many older adults, warmth creates restlessness, while cold triggers pressure changes. A balanced temperature helps your heart maintain steady circulation. The seventh step is clearing your thoughts with a safe, simple mental routine. Gentle statements like, "I am slowing down now," help quiet the cognitive centers that often keep seniors awake. To help you picture this more clearly, let me share a short example from my clinic. This quick case shows how the checklist works when applied consistently. Gerald, a 70-year-old retiree, followed the 7 steps each night for 1 week. His sleep became deeper, his early morning awakenings decreased, and he reported feeling steadier when getting out of bed. If you'd like guidance tailored to your age and the place you live, leave a comment with your age and location. I'll read it personally and help you apply these steps tonight. Now that you know the full checklist, it's time to focus on something even more important: fixing the one nightly habit that may be holding you back. This is the habit nearly 90% of older adults struggle with, and most people don't recognize how strongly it affects their sleep. The habit is going to bed with a tense mind and a partially activated nervous system. Even when your body feels tired, your brain may still be carrying unresolved thoughts, small worries, or lingering tension. That quiet stress keeps your heart slightly alert and reduces oxygen flow to the brain, leading to shallow, easily broken sleep. When the mind stays active, your breathing becomes tighter without you noticing. That small change disrupts circulation and weakens the transition into deep sleep. Many seniors wake at 2 or 3 a.m. because their brains never fully released the day. This pattern also lowers oxygen levels, which is why some people feel pressure around the forehead or mild morning dizziness. Fixing this habit is gentle and simple, and you can start tonight. Before lying down, sit comfortably and exhale slowly until your shoulders soften. Then close your eyes and repeat a calming phrase like, "I am settling down now." This reduces nervous system activity and improves nighttime oxygen flow. Even 1 minute of intentional release can prepare your brain for deeper, more stable sleep. To help you understand how effective this small change can be, here is one brief example. This simple case reflects what many seniors experience each week. Ethel, a 68-year-old grandmother, often carried her worries to bed. After practicing 1 minute of slow release and quiet phrasing, she reported fewer awakenings and clearer mornings within several days. Comment the habit you will change tonight, so I can help guide you more personally in the next video. Now that we've corrected the most common nightly mistake, we can move into the next part, a quick, science-backed technique designed to support your sleep within 60 seconds. Just 60 seconds can increase your deep sleep by more than 22%. Especially for older adults who need a calmer transition into the night. This short routine helps your heart slow down, relaxes brain tension, and prepares your body for stable, uninterrupted rest. Begin with a slow inhale through your nose. Count to 4 gently, allowing your belly to rise. Hold that breath for 2 seconds to settle your internal rhythm. Then exhale for 6 seconds. Letting your shoulders soften as the air leaves your lungs. This sequence resets your breathing pattern and signals the nervous system that it is safe to rest. Next, place your fingertips lightly on your temples. Massage in small circles for 10 seconds. This relaxes the temporal muscles, which often tighten when seniors carry stress or worry into bedtime. Relaxing these muscles improves blood flow and helps the brain release its final burst of daytime activity. Then allow your shoulders to drop naturally. Many older adults hold tension there without realizing it, keeping the heart slightly activated. A relaxed shoulder position improves oxygen movement and supports smoother circulation during the first sleep cycle. Finally, place one hand over your chest and notice your heartbeat. Let it slow as you continue the long exhale pattern. When the heart settles, the brain follows, allowing your sleep depth to increase during the next 90 minutes. To help you see how quickly this method works, here is one short example from my clinic. This brief case captures what many seniors experience after using the routine. Nancy, a 72-year-old retired nurse, practiced the 60-second method nightly. Within 1 week, she reported deeper sleep, fewer awakenings, and steadier mornings. Try this tonight, and tell me how you feel tomorrow morning. Now that your body knows how to reset within 60 seconds, we can move into one final step, the gentle brain protection method that supports your most vulnerable sleep hours. If you wake up between 2 and 4 a.m., here are 3 steps you should follow immediately. These steps protect your sleep cycle, keep your heart calm, and prevent your brain from shifting fully into wakefulness. The first step is simple but powerful. Do not turn on any lights. Even a small light pulse sends a strong alert signal to your brain, raising heart activity and reducing melatonin. Staying in the dark keeps your internal rhythm steady and allows your sleep drive to rebuild naturally. The second step is avoiding the clock. Looking at the time creates tension, increases alertness, and triggers a stress response that makes falling back asleep even harder. Your brain becomes more awake because it begins calculating how little sleep you have left. The third step is keeping your phone out of reach. A phone screen delivers bright light and mental stimulation. Even a quick glance can raise heart rate and restart cognitive activity. Leaving the phone untouched helps your brain settle back toward rest instead of climbing into wakefulness. These steps matter most between 2 and 4 a.m. because your heart and brain communicate differently during this window. The body naturally shifts blood pressure, adjusts oxygen flow, and stabilizes temperature. If these processes are interrupted, your brain becomes partially alert and your sleep cycle breaks. To make this clearer, here is a short example from my practice. This brief case reflects what many seniors experience when they wake during early morning hours. Loretta, a 70-year-old widow, often woke at 3 a.m. She turned on a lamp and checked her phone each time. After removing those triggers, she fell back asleep faster and woke up more refreshed. If you frequently wake during the night, comment 9 so I can prioritize a dedicated video for you. Now that we've covered what to do during nighttime awakenings, it's time to bring everything together in one clear conclusion that supports your nightly routine. A healthy night of sleep is never an accident. It is the natural result of caring for your heart, calming your brain, and practicing steady sleep hygiene each evening. When these elements work together, your body moves into deeper cycles, your oxygen levels stay balanced, and your mornings begin with more clarity and strength. That is why improving sleep is one of the most meaningful decisions you can make after 60. Everything we covered tonight connects to the same principle: protecting the heart-brain axis. Good sleep hygiene keeps your heart stable, your breathing smooth, and your brain ready for restorative patterns. Without these routines, sleep deprivation becomes more common, and insomnia can appear even when you spend enough hours in bed. The goal is not perfection. The goal is gentle consistency. Remember the key habit you must practice tonight: releasing mental tension before sleep and allowing your nervous system to settle. When you respect that single step, your heart slows naturally, oxygen flow improves, and deep sleep becomes easier to reach. Add the 60-second night reset, and you give your brain the quiet signal it needs to restore itself. I want you to feel encouraged, not pressured. Changing your sleep habits does not require major effort. It requires small, thoughtful actions repeated with care. And you are fully capable of doing that, no matter your age or your current challenges. I have seen many older adults transform their nights by applying just a few consistent steps. What did you learn today? Please share it below. If you found this helpful, comment 9. If not, comment 0 so I know how to better support you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more senior sleep tips. Your best nights can still be ahead, and I'm honored to guide you there.